Tzu Chi volunteers in Sint Maarten lead local volunteers to hold a second aid distribution for Hurricane Irma victims. We'll learn about the ways for women who reach menopause to promote optimal health. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Sue. Thank you for joining us. We begin our program today with stories of Tzu Chi volunteers helping disaster victims in different parts of the world. Located in the Caribbean Sea, Sint Maarten was devastated after Hurricane Irma in September. Reconstruction has been slow, with survivors continuing to live without water or electricity. A local Tzu Chi volunteer, Tzu Chi, has persisted in working with local volunteers to conduct a second aid distribution. Let's take a look.
After the hurricane, everything that you see here is left without electricity and water, has left us poor and desperate. We all need outside help. We're all very moved by you coming to help us.
We don't got no current. We need help a lot. A lot. And I'm sad because we don't get light.
My daughter is a volunteer of Tzu Chi Foundation. I'm very happy to see that she can help everyone.
In November, Penang, Malaysia suffered a severe flood. In the aftermath of the disaster, volunteers from Tzu Chi Malaysia chapter went door to door to comfort the affected residents and distributed cash cards to them. After receiving monetary aid, many of the flood victims repaid this love by donating their money to help other less fortunate people.
Each cash card distributed by the volunteers in the aftermath of the Penang floods is quite meaningful to the residents.
I want to say thank you to all of you because you have been here conducting disaster relief work since the first day of the disaster until now. You also gave us monetary aid. I am grateful to you.
Sekarang gembira. This one happy keluar.
Tzu Chi Malaysia chapter has set up a service counter for flood victims at a bank. After receiving monetary aid, some people pay this love forward to other less fortunate people.
I will bring my filled coin bank to the Jingsa Hall in Penang to help other people. This is a very meaningful deed. We save money not only for ourselves, but also for those who are in need. I really admire and praise this idea.
After receiving help from others, we should also repay this love by helping those in need. I feel very moved because Tzu Chi's great love transcends religions and ethnicity. I thank you for helping us in our time of need.
It helps inspire more ripples of love by joining disaster relief efforts. For most residents, the value of the meaning behind cash cards has continued to increase.
In the aftermath of the massive earthquake in Mexico, Tzu Chi volunteers have planned to hold aid distributions in disaster areas in early December. In many communities, Tzu Chi volunteers have started training local volunteers who will help out at the aid distribution. On the other hand, the local government also provided a venue for the upcoming aid distribution. Tzu Chi volunteers are at the final stage of checking quake victims' roster, and local volunteers continue to help them notify affected residents. They have stayed up all night to build up the roster on computer files. Some of them have gotten to know their neighbors better because of their volunteer work.
Although we sometimes encounter each other on the streets, we don't have the time to talk. I'm grateful that we can meet and help each other here. This way, we can move forward together.
The aid distribution will be held in early December, and the local government has provided a venue for the upcoming distribution.
Tzu Chi's aid distribution gives the local residents hope to rebuild their homes.
In the aftermath of the massive quake, Tzu Chi volunteers have discovered that the affected residents desperately need aid supplies.
The affected residents have not received any financial aid because the government is politicized and bureaucratic. Unfortunately, we have not received any help. Therefore, Tzu Chi's aid distribution is very positive for the local residents. This will be the first real aid that we are going to receive in Thailand. Tzu Chi volunteers are friends who have reached out to us. They will be giving love to the affected residents through the aid distribution.
De una aportación que le van a hacer a los habitantes afectados.
I want to give the founder and volunteers of Tzu Chi Foundation a hug and greetings because today we have learned that we are a family. As Mexicans, we want to express our deepest gratitude and respect to Tzu Chi volunteers.
Today, I feel the compassion and great love of Tzu Chi volunteers and local volunteers.
TIMA Eastern Taiwan chapter conducts free clinics twice a year in Taidong's Taimali. This time the clinic included doctors specializing in TCM, ophthalmology, and orthopedics. In addition, students from Tzu Chi University of Science and Technology came to offer their support and learn from older students about how to interact with the indigenous people who live here.
People who dance in front of the temple square are not seniors, but Tzu Chi University students and medical professionals.
Today, we're teaching them how to regulate their blood glucose and blood pressure through diet. Then we teach them how to eat healthy. And as for foods related to beans, we teach them how to balance their diet.
These students accompanied TIMA to Taimali at this free clinic to educate both elders and young people about health education.
I brush these teeth twice. Like that lady said, I brush it gently.
The twice-a-year clinic is attracting more and more people who come to volunteer their services. In addition to internal and external medicine, ophthalmology, dentistry, and Chinese medicine is offered here. This time, even a Cambodian physician was on hand.
When I come here, I see a lot of people. We have a doctor, we have dental, ophthalmology, nursing, and some of Chinese medicine. And I'm very happy to join with TIMA Valiant Hospital.
Among this group of participants were medical students who came with their teacher to learn together. They also took the initiative to come into this community to serve patients. Every detail was looked after when it came to treating these patients. All the exams were conducted with precision, with the right treatment and medication being prescribed, as everyone hoped these elderly people can enjoy the best medical treatment.
In Indonesia, 81-year-old Kosen Wat is a Tzu Chi care recipient who lives in Kerman Island. He and his wife are old, and their only son has Down syndrome. Ko used to scavenge for a living, so his home is piled up with miscellaneous items. To give him a clean environment to recuperate from tuberculosis, volunteers have cleaned his home several times since October. They've also helped him repair the bathroom.
Living in a cluttered environment, 81-year-old Ko Zhen-Wat, who is a Tzu Chi care recipient, wants scavenge to support his family. Now he is neither able to work nor clean his house due to having tuberculosis.
Mr. Ko and his wife are too old and their son has Down syndrome. They are unable to clean the environment. We help them clear out clutter in their house and sell some of the resources that can still be sold. For those items that can't be recycled, we look to reuse them or discard them.
To give this family a clean environment, Tzu Chi volunteers in Tanjung Balai, Karimun Island, have been helping this family clean up 3 times since October. Volunteers also repaired the bathroom for them.
When we came here to clean for the second time, we discovered there's a problem with the bathroom drainage system. So based on safety concerns, we found someone to help them make the repairs.
This was the day when the last cleanup took place after the bathroom was repaired. Almost all of the local volunteers have mobilized to help. Despite that most of them were women, everyone worked together to complete the mission.
We also helped him install new plywood in his room. In addition, we brought him a new mattress, a bed sheet, a pillow, and a bolster.
He now has a clean home. The dirty conditions is not good for his health.
After cleaning up the house for Mr. Go, volunteers also remind him to take medicine on time. They will accompany him until he fully recovers.
Women who reach menopause face great physical and mental challenges. Given the pressure of everyday life, they may experience common symptoms such as hot flashes, night sweats, and insomnia. A 57-year-old woman in Taichung became scared of the heat. At first, she did not know about menopause reporting, thinking her air conditioner was out of work. The doctor reminded women who reach menopause to pay attention to nutritional supplements, good living habits, and regular exercise to promote optimal health.
Waving a fan in her hand, this woman is suddenly afraid of the heat, as she fears the air conditioning isn't working.
It's annoying as it feels like your brain is burning.
When her body isn't right, she is even more uncomfortable at night.
I feel particularly hot and dry. It's so hot that I can't sleep as I always sweat.
Hot flashes, night sweats, insomnia, these are symptoms of menopause. Mrs. Cho has all of them and went to a clinic for a year of hormone therapy, later suffering from abnormal bleeding.
The bleeding situation may be due to atrophy of the endometrium, so supplementing with hormones will produce some abnormal bleeding. If your endometrium has shrunk a lot, abnormal bleeding won't be produced if you supplement with hormones.
Menopause in someone 40 years old appears 60 years old before the end of the course and up to 20 years. Many people think that menopause is reported after they experience symptoms after menstruation stops.
Women's menopausal symptoms may occur before menstruation stops, and it can mess with their menstrual cycle, causing chaos until menstruation stops, which may last for several years.
Whether it is to accept Western medicine or traditional Chinese medicine, menopausal women should pay attention to nutritional supplements.
Evening primrose oil is good for our body, and it's a substance similar to estrogen. This supplemental healthcare product can prevent or improve uncomfortable conditions.
In addition, diet can improve conditions as many are encouraged to eat less barbecued, fried, and spicy food. Furthermore, eating more glutinous food is encouraged, such as wood fungus and yam.
Butterfly pea flower, which contains abundant anthocyanidin, is beautiful and good for health. Nutritionists remind people that since anthocyanidin is afraid of high temperature, people should brew butterfly pea flower drinks with warm or cold water to preserve its nutrients. Let's learn more about this plant. Colorful butterfly pea flower drinks have become very popular.
我们会先用水冲一次，然后会变得很蓝，不错啊，很天然。然后小朋友会再加其他的红茶、牛奶， 它那个会变得很梦幻、很漂亮。
The beautiful color of butterfly pea flower drink initially made people afraid of it.
第一眼看到会很像染料。 是属于深紫罗兰那种颜色。
In fact, butterfly pea flower contains abundant anthocyanidins, and it is natural and healthy.
Anthocyanidins is a kind of antioxidant. It can reduce the free radicals in our body and protect our eyes, as well as fight against cardiovascular diseases.
Despite its nutritional value, pregnant women should avoid consuming butterfly pea flower because it enhances uterine contraction. In addition, people during menstruation are ready to undergo surgeries, and people taking blood thinners must be careful about consuming it.
Anthocyanidins can reduce coagulation of blood. Therefore, for people who are taking blood thinners, they must make sure that the anthocyanidin consumption does not affect their medication.
As butterfly pea flower becomes more popular, beverage shops have started to sell butterfly pea flower drinks.
After you shake it, it turns pink and light purple. The change of color has given more attraction to the products.
Some people even plant butterfly pea flowers so they can consume it anytime.
People say it contains anthocyanins and is good for our health. Therefore, I tried planting it.
Butterfly pea flower, which belongs to the bean family, is easily planted.
它就是种下去，你只要浇浇水就可以了，也不用什么施肥。
The hotter the temperature, the better. Basically, it survives well even at 36 degrees Celsius.
The main plantation areas of butterfly pea flowers are in Southeast Asian countries.
In tropical Asia, such as Indonesia and India, there are indigenous plants of the flower. It was introduced to Taiwan back in 1920s. People simply brought it back.
In Southeast Asia, butterfly pea flower is used for natural food coloring. Nutritionists suggest that people avoid adding hot water to the flower in order to preserve its nutrients.
Anthocyanidins are afraid of high temperature. Therefore, you can add warm or even cold water to it. It takes longer to brew the drink if you add cold water.
Once water is added, butterfly pea flower drink changes color according to the pH level. Its beautiful color has attracted a lot of consumers. In China, Tzu Chi volunteers continue to care for students in need. In Yi County of Hebei Province, at the scholarship distribution at 2 high schools, Tzu Chi volunteers seized the occasion to care for the students' living conditions. Meanwhile, in Guangzhou, the volunteers led the scholarship recipients to volunteer for half a day so they can feel the joy of volunteering and serving. Let's join them there. Cleaning the floor and wiping the windows, the scholarship recipients have joined the volunteers in maintaining the gathering venue.
Tzu Chi's team leaders have led the students to volunteer for half a day so they can feel the joy of volunteering.
Through volunteering, the students felt a sense of belonging. As the volunteers teach them to make dumplings, they've realized some life principles during the process.
Do not add too much filling. Leave some room for ourselves so we can do things more perfectly.
While making dumplings look simple, there is much to learn. The shape of the dumpling doesn't matter. What's important is that we are like one family.
At the scholarship distribution at Yi County First High School and Zhijiao High School, the teacher said that Tzu Chi not only helps the impoverished students pursue an education, they've also provided love.
Besides distributing scholarship to our students, I've also followed Tzu Chi brothers and sisters to visit some of the families who will benefit from the winter aid distribution. I've grown much spiritually.
The volunteers seized the occasion to talk with the students, caring for their living conditions. They hope the students will study well as they pursue a better future. Singapore's Mahabodhi School is one of the sister schools of Taiwan Tzu Chi Senior High School affiliated with Tzu Chi University. Starting from 2011, students and teachers from the school may head to Hualien each year to exchange experiences. This time, the students had a special mission as they worked together to help people in need around the world.
Students from Tzu Chi Senior High School and Maha Bodhi School work together to plant vegetable shoots. Once the vegetables are harvested, they will be sold to raise funds for people in need around the world.
We hope to bring Tzu Chi Elementary Division's educational courses back to Maha Bodhi School. We will also share with the students the spirit of Tzu Chi's great love and environmental protection.
These pictures show the hardships that Syrian refugees may have to face each day. After listening to the teacher's instruction, the students have decided to make a special flag sending love to Syrian refugee camps in Jordan.
We can encourage them. When they see this flag, they will know that some people are helping them.
Students work diligently to color the flag, which is full of love and blessings from Tzu Chi Senior High School and its sister schools from different countries.
I hope they can live a safe and peaceful life. If their parents have left them, they should not be sad. Instead, they should live happily in the rest of their life. I hope their war can end soon.
After exchanging experiences with one another, students from these two schools have learned to pay love forward as well as cherish their blessings.
Tzu Chi Great Love Preschool in Singapore recently held its 4th graduation ceremony, with the topic being filial piety. 20 graduates and the children from the 5-year-old class gave a performance of the Sutra of Profound Gratitude towards parents. Seeing their children becoming more mature within the past few years, the parents felt very pleased.
The drumming sound echoes throughout the Singapore Jinsu Hall as Tzu Chi Great Love Preschool starts the 4th graduation ceremony. The children also perform the Sutra of Profound Gratitude towards parents. Through the roles they play, these children experience their parents' hardship of raising them. The parents can also witness the preschool's influences on their children.
When he was little, he disliked talking. He only wanted to fight. But now he likes sharing after coming here.
He has grown up, he's become more independent, and he is more caring. He is less self-centered. He can put away dishes and wipe the table. We have a maid at home doing all the house chores, but he will tell the maid that he can do it.
These 20 graduates will soon start their new journeys of learning. As they face a new chapter of their lives, what they learned at the school will continue to nurture them.
In Pingdong of Taiwan, a solitary elderly Parkinson's disease sufferer lived in a dilapidated metal sheet house without a bathroom or water heater. To improve his living conditions, charity organizations rebuilt his metal sheet house and installed bathroom and water heater for him. We'll leave you with these images at the end of our program. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.